God is saying that even the tomatoes are going to take on a disease of rottenness. For the Spirit of the Lord saying that they're going to inject and digest something like I see like a disease, I see like a moss or a growth, like a frothy, like a froth on the tomatoes. But the same thing that's on the tomatoes is also on the pork, like a froth, like a mold, like a growth. And I hear the Spirit of the Lord saying that He's calling the church in to be a token for what you got to understand, that we're living in the last days.
California facing severe dry conditions, and it's taking a big toll on tomatoes. Families across the country are feeling the impact. Ketchup, salsa, pizza, we rely on tomatoes for these foods and many, many more. But after historic drought and rising fuel and labor costs, they're getting more expensive. Many farmers say they're struggling to even grow tomatoes this year. Here's NBC's Sam Brock.
In restaurants and supermarkets, large, ripe tomatoes are there for the taking. But be warned, these fan favorites won't come cheap as California battles its worst drought in over 1,000 years.
We had to try to stretch water further than we probably should have.
Scary for a state responsible for as much as a quarter of the global supply of processed tomatoes. With wells drying up and water at a premium, farmers are seeing a big dip in production. Bob Dettling estimates his tomato crops in Northern California are down 10% so far this season.
The United States consumer is going to see an increase in price as this crop hits the shelf or the restaurant or wherever it's going.
And that's on top of the current sticker shock driven by inflation. Ketchup prices have already jumped nearly 23%. Salsa is 13% higher than a year ago. Tomato paste up 16%, and tomato sauce 17%. Sauce that's essential to any pizza, including the New York-style slices served at Pucci's.